going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
All right, I want to welcome everybody back here to Loretto, Gary Lamm Field. Got Loretto taking on Mount Pleasant. Loretto the 1 seed, Mount Pleasant the 4 seed. Got a special guest up here, Mr. Barry Daniels, the football coach here at Loretto, is going to help me out and do some color on this game.
Well, we're going to try.
Going to try.
Hopefully.
We'll
see.
Hey, listen, if I say something I ain't supposed to, just say something real quick and cover it up. All right.
We'll do our best
to
try to get a good game called here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to kind of run through Mount Pleasant's lineup here. Leading off for them will be Hunter Holt playing center field. Kevin Reed in the 2-hole. He'll be hind catching. Hayden Holt playing shortstop. Carson Howell playing left field. Peyton Boshiers playing third base. Zion Hollis will be DHing for their pitcher today. Sheldon Christie. These names are hard to read, guys. I'm sorry if I'm messing some of this up. But in the 7-hole is Andrew Cummins playing first base. Jackson Lindsay hitting in the 8-hole playing second base. And George Klinkscale is pitching for them tonight. Kind of run through Loretto's real quick before they get this started. You got Clint Seymour at shortstop. Casey Springer playing right field. Mason Tibble will be at third base tonight. Miles Moore will be playing left field. Carter Daniels will be playing first base for him tonight. Jackson Tragler in center field. Jaden Aaron will be DHing. We'll get the first pitch here. Guess that's a ball up. Ellis will be catching for them tonight. Grant Fisher playing second base, and Dylan Thompson will be pitching. He delivers the second pitch. It's going to be a strike. So everything 1 ball, 1 strike here.
Penmanship for coaches on a lineup card is not the best.
It's rough,
especially
when they give me the 4th copy.
Yeah, it's hard to read sometimes.
Ball's going to be hit out of play down the first base line. Yeah, they don't write real well, and then they want to come up and give us the 4th copy, and they don't bear down. And, Of course, Will's got this thing that he does with his phone. I don't know what it is. He can brighten it up some, but this Mount Pleasant lineup's pretty tough. Loretto's looks really good tonight. Tell Zach that he done a really good job with his. He must have had his girlfriend or something write it. That's one and the same, right? Girlfriend, wife. Will got on to me. He said it's his wife. I wasn't trying to start a fight with nobody, that's for sure. Pitch is going to be out for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch is on the inside corner. Go 3-2 here. On Hunter Holt. Swung through. Strike 3. The first out of the inning with a strikeout.
Good pitch there by Dylan. Dylan's had a good year on the mound. He, he's thrown well for us most of the year and had a really good outing against, I think it was Arlington.
Yeah, he did. He had a good outing against Arlington. I seen that game. I got to watch some of that game. Kevin Reed's going to step in for Mount Pleasant, but I think Dylan was pitch is going to be in the dirt for ball 1. But I think he's kind of a pleasant surprise. I don't think they expected to get, not saying that, he's not a good pitcher, but I don't think that as a staff they expected to get as much out of him as they have this year.
Yeah, he's built for it, long, lanky, got a good whip with his arm, hard worker, all the good things you want out of a kid.
Ball's going to be grounded over to second base. Fielded clean. Fisher throws over to first for Daniels. Second out of the inning. So 2 up here, 2 down.
Number 12, Hayden Holt.
Bring up Hayden Holt. Hayden playing shortstop for Mount Pleasant here tonight. Thompson delivers a fastball on that outside corner for strike 1. No, you wasn't up here much with the first game, but our first umpire give both ways about 8 inches outside the whole game. So,
well, I tell you what, you call that? Yeah, you call that a strike.
Yeah.
But being the dad of a pitcher, if they a lot of high school umpires will go from the black to the chalk.
Yeah.
And, you know, 3 pitches.
Yeah, 3 pitches, get a strikeout. That ball was up and in for a strikeout. But, yeah, you see a lot of them go from the black to the chalk. You know, they're going to give that, you know, a ball outside, you know, and I see that. But, you know, when they start getting out over that chalk.
Oh, I know.
And but, I mean, the thing is, it's like I say all the time, you know, he's consistent with it. If he's consistently there,
that's right.
Then as a batter, you've got to figure that out.
Well,
that's
that's like this guy right here, you know, and when he's behind the plate, he's not going to give that pitch. It's a ball below the knee.
Yeah.
And you just got to know that.
Yeah.
I mean, what stinks about that is if you go along and you've got that ball outside the black to the chalk all year, and then you get in a regional or, you know, sub-regional or sub-state, whatever, and all of a sudden now that's not there. That messes with the pitcher's head a little bit.
Yeah, and you start squeezing one, and I hate to see an umpire that once like he did the game before, he never changed. But, you know, you stay out there. If you're 8 inches outside, then you give it the whole game.
Yeah.
You don't go 4 innings and then decide that's not a strike.
Absolutely.
You know, just because a coach comes out and fusses, that's not a strike, or a parent or somebody in the stands, you don't change it because that's your strike zone. You've been there the whole game, so you just stay there and, you know, and go with it.
Well, like one of our parents said the other day, it was funny. We were playing a game away, and this guy, probably about the 3rd inning, no, it's probably the 4th, top of the 4th, all of a sudden it just changed.
Yes.
And then we had a lot of walks, and we had a lot of, it made the game much longer, and the parent made the comment, I don't know why they do that, because it makes it harder on them. They got to be here longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
And I said, yeah, that's a true statement right there.
Yeah.
Glad to see Laws hustling over. He's doing a good job running to first.
That
right
is
there.
some pretty good hustle.
Pretty good stride going. You know, he'd probably be ready for that. They just had the half marathon in Nashville.
You think he's getting ready to run a quarter marathon? I don't think he's ready for a half. Well, he may be an 8th marathon guy.
Maybe.
Him and Nick Moore.
Yeah.
They could go run it together. Look like Mutt and Jeff out there running.
This is the guy with the most exciting walk-up song, I think, of the whole deal. Everybody gets fired up, starts clapping.
Yeah.
Number 16, Clint Seymour.
Clint Seymour is going to step in, of course, hitting from the left side of the plate here, leading off for Loretto. Like him bright pink batting gloves. Ooh, swings through that one. I think that one was just a tad bit slower than he expected.
Yeah. I think this is the guy that started against us up at Mount Pleasant a couple weeks ago.
He's a little lefty. He ain't got a lot of velocity, but he's going to throw some strikes. I think Clint hadn't stepped forward. He'd have got him a base there. That one hit him in the in the tail there.
It's you know, Clint has had a good little run here the last week and a half, 2 weeks. So excited to see what he can do tonight.
Ball's going to be inside. Ball 2. Make it 2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah, it's always tough, though, to go from, you know, somebody throwing with velocity to somebody throwing, you know, quite a bit slower. Ball's going to be hammered out into right field. It's going to get off the wall. He's going to get at least 2 out of it. Center fielder actually done a really good job cutting that ball off. It come off the wall out there.
The kick came right to him.
Yes.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, that ball kicked off the wall right straight at him. He done a good job fielding it, turning and getting it in. Seymour's going to lead off here with a double. Bring up another lefty in Casey Springer.
His walk-up song, I don't know. It never gets past this one little part right here.
It's kind of like Dracula. It almost sounds like some Dracula music.
I don't know what it is. I've been meaning to ask him, and I keep forgetting.
Yeah. Ball's going to be up. Ball 1.
Real upbeat young man right there, and he's had a really, really good season as far as, you know, at the plate and everywhere else.
He swung it really well. Played multiple positions for Loretto this year.
Yeah, he's been in right, first, pitched. You know, I think he was at shortstop the other day when we had a pitching change of roof. I think he was at shortstop for a little bit, but real athletic, you know.
And that's a special kid that can go do stuff like that. I mean, it's
and just a really, really, really good kid. Oh. Shoot.
That hits him. Did it get him in the jaw?
I was going to say, he got a little chin music.
We got a replay on that, Will. Did it hit him in the jaw or the?
I think it hit his shoulder, then his jaw, but maybe not. Uh-oh.
get us a replay here. Nah, I don't think it ever hit his shoulder.
Maybe it went straight to the jaw.
Yeah, I think it went straight to his chin there. Maybe
Ow.
he's got that guard on the side of his helmet. It might have deflected off it a little bit, but
I think Coach is checking on him
yeah,
here.
Zach's out there.
He's smiling, so he's probably all right.
Yeah, let's make sure he's got all of his teeth.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Got Blake out there. Blake does a good job taking care of all their sports.
Oh, yeah. Kind of like Mason's walk-up song.
Yeah.
That's more my beat there. Is Mason Tidwell's going to step in here with 2 on, nobody out.
Well, he actually has a song we've heard before.
Yeah, it's more my time zone. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna say our time zone, but
Yeah.
it's more back in my time.
Yep. I keep waiting on Mason to start lifting weights and getting some size on him.
Try to put some weight on.
Yeah, trying to get a little bigger.
Yeah.
You know?
Someone's got your spot over there, Coach.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's my father-in-law. Yeah.
Somebody standing out there on your block.
Yeah, he's like me, he brings his own bucket so he can stand up and see. It's a pretty good view right there.
Pitch gonna be down the dirt. I've actually got. I know you've seen them, but you buy them at Lowe's and stuff. It's in benches that folds up or a step stool, like
Yeah.
for painter stools.
Yeah.
I've got one that I carry in my truck to ball games.
Yeah.
If I'm not doing radio, I'll stand on it
Yeah.
and watch the game.
I usually stand. I don't.
Ball's gonna be grounded over to third. Third baseman's gonna boot that
Oh.
one's gonna get off of him.
I didn't know what was going to happen there. Clint was
Yeah.
trying to get back to the bag, and the ball was coming at him. And
Yeah, that ball was hit kind of at him there, but so be an error on your third baseman, but it does load the bases up for Miles Moore, another left-handed bat stepping in. Miles hitting in the 4 hole here. He swung a bat pretty good this year in the district tournament, or in the district play. It's gonna be called strike.
Miles is he's got the Hard Rock Headbanger walk up for
Walk
4
up.
years. He changes it every year, but
Yeah.
I meant to. I've always wanted to ask him, and I forgot. What's your favorite band? Because he likes some old school heavy metal for sure.
Ball's going to be grounded over to third. Third baseman Fields steps on first, or third. No throw nowhere. He missed the bag there with his initial step. Loretto does score a run there on that. Carter's going to step in here. And you don't get excited or anything, do you?
Not anymore.
Not
I
anymore.
used to.
I still do. So
Well-
I can get frustrated every now and then when my son walks up. Makes it hard.
Yeah, well, I used to get all kind of nervous when either one of them were playing, and then after he got hurt and you didn't get to watch him play, you know, you have a different outlook.
Takes ball one away. Next pitch is going to be get a called strike on the outside corner. Kind of got a delayed call there.
Yeah, I thought I heard him say strike, but
Yeah. Need to mic him up. Runners do go. Ball's going to be hit back up the middle. Great hit and run there. They are going to score. Miles is going into third. He's going to make it. It's a good job right there. Loretto's going to play another run. Got one out. Runner standing at first and third.
The play was a little closer at third than.
Yeah. Looked like it was going to be closer than what it was, I think.
Absolutely.
Jackson Traglia.
It's going to bring up Jackson Traglia, DH in today. Runner does go. Reed comes out, pops throw down to third. This little catcher from Mount Pleasant's got a pretty good arm.
Not bad.
Yeah,
They've got some good young players.
They
I
do.
mean, they really do. Like, I think it was the second batter. He's been an impressive little hitter the 2 times we played him.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, and I thought he was number 2, but he's not number 2 tonight. It may have just been the second hitter.
Well, the second hitter, that's your little catcher.
Yeah,
That's
I think
Kevin.
That's him. Yeah.
He can swing it, but he's a senior this year.
Oh, is he? The
Yeah.
kid I was thinking about, I think, was a freshman. He might not have been.
Yeah.
He might not have been.
Kevin's a little guy, but ball's going to be popped up. I don't know if it's going to get out of play or not. Kevin Reed's coming back. Drops it here against the wall.
So he had a chance.
Yeah. That's one of them you don't see that Reed drop a lot of.
Well, I think he looked like he had a hard time maybe finding it, you know.
Straggler's going to step back in here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. We got 2 on. Loretto has plated 2 runs here in the bottom of the first. Pitch is going to be softly tapped down the first baseline.
Thought it was going to kick fair for a second there.
Got to watch it spin and stuff on them.
We get a pretty good true roll on the field right here, but you never know, you know.
But we had one earlier in that game. It was hit towards Grayson at first, and the spin on it brought it back about 6 foot back into fair territory. You could tell when it hit the grass, it was spinning hard. So ground ball over to first base. First baseman's going to boot it. Okay, everybody's going to be safe.
That might have been one of those 8-inch outside pitches. Just talking about caught the end of the bat.
Just reached out there and slid. It was.
Yeah.
It was, and he did. He just caught off the end of the bat, and but the rotation on it brought it back fair over there. I told him Loretto plates another run, makes it 3-0 here.
Number 7, Jaden Aaron.
Bring up Jaden Aaron for Loretto. DH in the night. Runner's gone. Ball's going to be hit through the good piece of hitting right there. Hit through the 5-6 hole. Going to move everybody up. Jaden's going to get 2 out of it when they make the throw over to third. So gets another RBI. Moves 2 runners up, scoring position.
You know, the good old days, we did these. You know, it's from the major leagues to the middle schools. Good old days, you just put your batting gloves in your back pocket.
Yeah, well, that ain't batting gloves. That's batting gloves and braces, and I make fun of it all the time. So you know,
oven mitt. He doesn't have. I don't think he's got an oven mitt.
We got to put muffin mitts on.
Yeah.
You know, I don't call them oven mitts; they're muffin mitts.
Yeah.
And you know, they got shin guards, and you know, pitch is going to be down and in for ball 1. But you know, a lot of times you watch a major league hitter. Ronald Acuna Jr. is probably one of the best hitters in Major League Baseball right now. But when he takes a walk, it takes him 3 minutes to get to first base.
Oh, yeah.
Because all the crap he's got to take off.
Yep.
You know, it's like he's wearing body armor.
It's just like any other sport.
Yeah.
You know, if you watch the big boys, these kids are going to do what they do.
Ball's grounded towards third. It's going to get off the heel of the third baseman's glove and get out in the left field. Dude played another run there to make it 5-0. So we're going to get a runner for our catcher. You know who that is? Number 6, Bennett.
Yeah, it should be, but he's usually number 19. I think that's
They're showing on the
Braden. Is that Braden?
Braden Bennett, number 6.
Yeah, looks like him, but like I said, he's usually 19. So
yeah.
I don't know if we got a missing number 19 in the whites or not. We haven't worn them a whole lot.
Mount Pleasant's team is going to have a little meeting on the mound without the coach. Yeah. Let's split everything up. It's going to be number 1, Dylan Thompson, our pitcher here tonight for Loretto, stepping in.
Grant Fisher.
Nope, Grant Fisher, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Number 1, Grant Fisher.
Yep.
Yeah, Dylan's not hitting.
No, Dylan's just throwing.
Yeah, he's just throwing. I'm sorry, I looked at that wrong. I knew it was the last batter, and I looked down at it.
Grant's been putting it in play real well here lately.
Runner does go. Ball's going to be lifted, popped up here on the infield.
Back.
He better get back in a hurry. There's 1, 2. That will end the inning for him on that. Runner was gone, popped up on the infield. Shortstop fields the ball, throws over to first, makes a double play out of it. Loretto does plate 5 runs here as they come out to start the top of the second. We'll take a little break. This is Loretto Baseball on the X Sports Network.
Financial advisor Scott Beasley knows time spent with family is everything. As a founder of Beasley Wealth Management, his mission is to give clients the freedom to enjoy time with family without the burden of financial concerns. A local of Lawrenceburg, Scott deeply values building relationships with clients, ensuring they make informed decisions concerning asset management, tax planning, and retirement planning. Offering a free initial consultation, Beasley Wealth Management helps clients pursue their aspirations with confidence.
Jack Davis Insurance, located at 201 West Gaines Street in Lawrenceburg, has you covered through all of life's obstacles. Facing those challenges is easier together. That's why Jack Davis specializes in group insurance. Cover the most valuable aspect of your business, your employees, with coverage for life, accident, cancer, critical illness, short-term disability, dental, and vision. Jack Davis can customize plans for every need. Serving Lawrence and surrounding counties since 1987. Contact Jack Davis Insurance today at 931-242-5225.
All right, we're back here. No defensive changes for Loretto. Take ball one up and away. Be Carson Howe for Mount Pleasant in there to bat. Playing left field for them. Ball two up and away. Hitting from the left side of the plate. Be a strike on that outside corner.
That's what I was wondering. I thought it was a little delay there.
Yeah, the umpire's got a little, he slow rolls us a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes, and then some nights, some nights he's a little faster. But I will say he does, regardless of where it's at, that mid-shin strike is not a strike.
Not a strike, yeah.
But, I mean, you got to respect it.
Yeah.
It stays where it is.
That's 2 balls, 2 strikes. That ball hit a car in the parking lot, sounded like. Like the sound effects down. Oh, there's that. Look, there's that ankle guard.
There it goes. That's the point right there.
Yeah, I guess.
He can walk good tomorrow.
It's funny. My son's played a lot of baseball over the years and have never fouled a ball off his shin bone or nothing. And last Thursday, I guess, fouled one right off his shin bone. He had a knot. And he said, Daddy, what about one of them shin guards now? I said, son, 1 out of 200,000. Yeah, I'm not buying you one.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for real.
But he's never wanted to wear none of that stuff. He's big college strike right down the middle.
It's funny, from one to the other. My oldest, he didn't get to wear any, as he calls them, adornments, and Carter got to wear all of them, and he accused me of showing favoritism.
Favoritism.
Yeah, allowing Carter to wear whatever he wants to.
Ball's going to be grounded back up the middle.
High hopper, tough
Yeah,
play.
high hopper. Second baseman Fields throws over to first, gets that out. Second guy does move up to second. So bring up their DH, Zion Hollis.
He pitched against us a little bit last time. I think he pitched an inning or two.
Chick-fil-A guy.
Chick-fil-A guy.
His dad manages the Chick-fil-A in Columbia.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Should have brought us some.
Yeah, we can't get no free chicken.
Should brought us some
I like
lemonade.
I like him. Yeah, that lemonade's good there too.
Yeah.
I like them Chick-fil-A biscuits. You know, with
Oh yeah,
them morning breakfast chicks.
absolutely. That frozen lemonade is, and it's just ice cream and lemonade. It's not
Yeah.
anything special, but it's really good.
It's good.
Absolutely.
Called a strike on the outside corner there. Gonna say it here and delivers. Ball's gonna be grounded off towards their dugout.
That ball was running in. I think that was a protection.
Yeah, that
swing.
was just kind of a please don't hit me.
Absolutely. Because that ball had a lot of run to it. And Dylan has that with those long, lanky arms and
Yeah.
pretty good whip coming out of his hand there.
Was Dylan a sophomore this year?
Sophomore.
Sophomore.
Yep. We got 4 on the infield, counting him. You got Mason's 1 and Grant and Riley.
He called strike 3 there on that outside corner. Good pitch, good location.
Well, you got 5, I guess, on the field, counting Casey out there and Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah, starting 5 sophomores.
Number 16, Andrew
Good group of
Burns.
good, and solid young men. I mean, that's one of the cool things about a lot of our guys. They work hard at playing. They
Yeah, they want to be here.
they want to be here. They work hard to do the extra stuff, and then on top of all of that, they got a lot of good character about them.
The pitch is going to be down and away for ball 1. That plays in here with 2 outs. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner standing at second. Going to say it here and delivers. Going to be down and away again. Go 0-2. Don't know if he's been on that 0-2 on a biter yet.
Got a
2-0.
2-0, I mean. 2 balls, no strikes. Keep up with me, Will. Ooh. Did he swing?
well.
No. He says 3 balls, no strikes. The umpire at first says no swing.
No swing, he said.
I don't know that I agree with that. I don't have to. The umpire's always right. I'm going to take strike 1. Going to be a fastball right down the middle. Ball's going to be grounded over towards first base.
Oh boy.
Comes off, makes the play. Pitcher covers well. His 3rd out of the inning.
Always get a little nervous right there. That exchange from the first baseman to the pitcher sometimes.
That's
is-
just because that was your son over there trying to
No.
make that play,
Hey,
huh?
if he's the pitcher or whatever.
It's tough.
That or like if you get one hit back to the pitcher, step and throw. I've heard David say it 1,000 times. Step and throw, step and throw. But it's just the hardest thing.
Yep.
Watched Alabama beat Arkansas a month or so ago. Tie game, guy at third, or guy going to third, and pitcher takes it and throws it in the right field, and Alabama won the game. I mean, and he's a D1, supposed to be legit.
It's a
dude
hard
at
throw to
Arkansas.
make. If it gets back on you quick, I like to see the pitcher come off the mound and take a couple of steps, and you still got to throw it.
Yep.
I think a lot of them gets in trouble a lot of times because they try to toss it,
Absolutely.
and we've had that happen to us a couple of times this year.
Oh, we have too down here.
It's
We had it happen over at Lincoln the other day. We had just a little flip, and it was up, and I don't know if Carter closed his glove too soon, or I don't know what happened. He could have probably caught it, but I don't know. It was just weird, but it happens, and that's what sometimes I think a lot of people forget about high school sports is these kids range from, 14 to 18?
yes.
And they're going to make mistakes. They're
Oh,
not
yeah.
going, and sometimes we, even as coaches, we expect, hey, man, why did you not make this play or that play, regardless of the sport?
Yeah.
And, players and umpires and refs, we're all, and coaches too. Coaches are the worst, not messing up.
Well,
so.
I mean, I'm hard on that boy of mine. He had that, and then the game before this one here against Lewis County, playing third base. I mean, that was a hot shot hitting the 5-6-0. He had to go across and get it, and when it come off the edge of the grass, it got up on him. He lets it get by, and I walked down there after the game, and I just hit him in the chest, and he said, I know. He said, I know. And that's all, just kind of like, look, you got to take that. I mean, you got to get over there. And he said, I thought I was in front of it, So, I mean, it's hard, but it's hard not to say nothing to him, too. So, Clint Seymour top of the lineup back up here for Loretto. They plated 5 runs in the bottom of the first. This will be the bottom of the second. 2 more steps in. Going to drive that ball at the shortstop. Shortstop backs up, makes a play. Throws over to first. First out of the inning. You see the tail on that baseball?
I was just about to say, if that ball didn't have any tail to it, it's a single up the middle. That ball curved right back. The guy didn't even have to move.
That thing looked like it broke 8 foot. If he would have started even to go field it, it would have got around him.
Absolutely.
That ball was hit hard for sure. So can't complain about that. I'm sure right fielder, Casey Springer's going to come up. Pitcher comes set here and delivers. Going to be up. Ball 1. Comes set here and delivers.
Third baseman's way up on the grass.
Way up on the grass here for Casey.
Cason's probably not going to bunt here. I mean, I don't know, but odds are he's probably swinging.
Yeah, I think he would be swinging here in this position.
And he may not hit it over there, but if he hits a hot shot over there,
be tough to handle, wouldn't it?
That's exactly right.
Ball's going to be grounded to first base. First baseman plays it, gets off the heel of his glove, going to get away from it. Get an arrow there on the first baseman. Mason Tibble's going to step back in, playing third base here for Loretto Mustangs tonight. Will said this is the best walk-up music they got right here. I didn't even know people that Mason Tibble as a sophomore in high. That ball's going to get away from the first baseman as they try to pick over. He's going all the way to third on that one. First to third on a bad pick. They're going to throw over to third, but there ain't no sense in it. He's there easy.
Yeah, his speed's way too good. He hit a ball the other day up at Lawrence County that got down in the corner and wound up with an inside to Parker. I mean, he can run.
Yeah. Yeah, he's quick, and he popped up real quick over there too.
Yeah, and that inside to Parker was after he'd already hit like a 3-run homer. So he had a 2-homer day up.
Had a big day.
Lawrenceburg the other day.
Ball's going to be up and away. Ball 1.
Who's playing there? What, 3rd game in 3 days tonight?
Yes.
I'm about to show you the.
Well, he's trying to say, he's probably fixing to pop something on the screen right there and let us know how they're doing. I thought if they won last night, they didn't play till tomorrow night.
That's what I thought.
They're playing Central Magnet.
Playing Central Magnet.
Yeah.
They beat Giles County last night.
Yep. They beat and Giles. I don't think Giles threw Carter Kelly. I was kind of surprised.
They didn't?
I don't think they did.
No, they didn't.
No, that's right. They threw Austin Kilpatrick last night.
I was reading the paper today, checking up on the scores. Yeah, there they are. 6-0. They're winning.
6-0 Lawrenceburg.
Yep.
And they've lost
Top of the
twice to
4th.
Central Magnet.
Yeah, top of the 4th.
I knew Central Magnet had beat them twice this year, so they're up on them. 6-0.
Yeah, I was checking scores. I didn't think I saw Carter's name in the paper. They do a pretty cool thing at the paper in Florence. They go back and look at all the 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Saw an old guy I used to coach with in there for having a big game, throwing like a one-hitter with an infield hit, Troy Pettis from Green Hill.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he was the 94 Lauderdale County Athlete of the Year down there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ball's going to be lifted out into right field, and here's going to be a tag.
He's going to get a
Outfielder
run.
comes on, makes the play, throws it home. They ain't got a chance, like I said. With
Too much speed out of Springer.
Yeah, with Springer running, that's the throw, but do get the out, makes it 2 outs. Loretta's going to play another run. Miles Moore's going to come up with nobody on with 2 outs here. So 94 player of the region down there?
No, Player of the Year.
Player of the
Times
Year.
Daily, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, Athlete of the Year. I'm sorry. I misspoke. I don't want to misspeak.
Athlete of the year, not player of the year.
Yeah.
Athlete of the year.
Yeah,
That's
He's
like multi-sport.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you're kin to that, Pettis.
I don't believe so.
No.
I don't know that.
Those are good athletes.
If he's an athlete of the year down there, I don't know that you got any of that. Or maybe he got it all.
You're exactly right.
I'm just teasing. They're going to hit Miles Moore here and put him on. Maybe it skipped a generation. Jake's got it all. It's coming. Bring up Carter Daniels here with a runner on and 2 outs. Miles Moore gets hit by the pitch. Miles is gone. Ball's going to be popped up down the first baseline.
That's down if it's fair.
It is fair, and it is down. Miles Moore is going to go first to third on that. I think I thought Miles was going to try to get home on that, but
Glad he hit it hard.
that look, it goes down in the books as a line drive single.
Yeah, I tell him all the time. He's like that old man that plays slow pitch. It flips everything to right field.
Hey, it works. It's been working well for him.
Yeah, that was.
He just hit that in no man's land, about 5 or 6 foot in the grass over there.
He did.
Bring up Tragula here with 2 outs and a runner standing at first and third.
And we've had a few fly up in the air because it's hard to wait on 60 to 65 when you've seen 80 to 85.
Yeah, it's tough to stay back on it.
No offense.
Runner is gone. They are going to try to throw him out, and he is. Oh,
my goodness.
it's a good slide right there. Get around that. I think the ball beat him there, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, he just got under it. I mean,
And I don't know. He hadn't done a whole lot of base stealing.
Well, he got him one there.
Yeah, I know. But
Pitches inside, makes it 3-0.
and if you notice that dirt on his pants, he slides on the wrong leg. If the catcher throws it at one hops, it's going to hit him in the face.
It's going to hit him in the face, yeah.
And I said something to him about, when I said, you're not going to be able to slide on that knee, and he said, Dad, I don't slide on that leg. And I said, huh? And he said, no, I don't slide on that leg. He said, I slide on the other leg. And I said, well, how long have you been doing that? My whole life. I said, I don't know how I never saw it. That's totally wrong.
Yeah, I should have corrected that because you're going to get hit in the face.
That's totally wrong.
Yeah.
Number 7, Jaden Aaron.
Another sophomore right here.
Yeah, it's going to bring up
Aaron.
Aaron here with bases loaded and 2 outs. He had a rip through the 5-6 hole a while ago. Big called strike on him. Pitch was away a little bit. That's a pitch you got to drive into the right center field gap.
Oh, hello. We got a tennis ball.
Coach.
Must have been that little group behind the
Yeah,
dugout.
it is. Coach Zach may just keep that in this time.
Maybe it came out of our dugout. I don't know.
No. They've been playing with it behind the dugout for a while. They may not get that in back to the game's over. Yeah, I think it was put up down in the dugout.
Jaden hit a monster home run at Lewis. I mean, hammered it.
Pitch is going to be down and in.
It was to the left, and it's a long way out there in left field.
It is. It's deep over in Lewis. Pitcher comes set here and delivers the 1-1. Ball's going to be drove through the right side. That's going to get 2 more runs. Moves everybody up. Comes up with a 2 RBI single. I think he had a RBI single a while ago.
Yeah, hitting the ball good.
He is.
Trag had to do a little dance around the ball over there.
Yeah, he liked to got him.
It did.
Trag does end up at third.
And that's another guy with some wheels,
Yeah.
Trag, if he gets on second and you get it somewhere close to in the grass, he can score.
Number 10, Riley Ellis.
We'll bring up the catcher, Riley Ellis. Now, is he a sophomore?
He is.
They're going to try to throw at him. So, do score another run.
Yeah, Riley's a sophomore, and he's caught a good bit, the last probably 10, 15 games. He played some at second earlier in the year, and I think he might have even played third a little bit, but I might be wrong there. But I know he played a good bit at second.
He played some third.
I think he did.
I've seen him at third a couple games. I think he played a little bit of third against us, an inning or so or something, in some pitching changes or something.
He may have.
Ball's going to be hit out of play back here behind us.
He's a funny dude now. He's always joking and having a good time wherever he goes. I like Riley.
Well, that means a lot. I mean, the
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah. In the hallway, he keeps it lively,
That's good.
But, I mean, he's not like Rowdy, but he's always cutting up, having a good time.
Gonna foul that pitch off of his foot.
I was going to say, I thought he hit that one twice. I think what has been bad, you know, we're talking about major leagues, all those guys that let go of the bat. I've watched the last 10 games.
Getting a catcher hit in the back of the head.
About 5 or 6 of them, a catcher gets hit. Oh.
Ball's drove fair down the third baseline. It's going to be a double hit by him. Going to drive the run in. We'll have a stand-up double right here. Drive in another run.
Hammered that ball.
Going to get our base runner back in.
It's about Braden Bennett.
Braden Bennett coming back in to run for him, number 6. Yeah, that ball was hit hard. Catcher's going to go out and talk to the pitcher. Pitcher's going to jog down. It's kind of frustrating, you know, for Mount Pleasant. I'm sure, you know, they got 2 outs real quick, didn't give up no runs here, and now they've give up 5 more runs here.
Exactly.
You know, in the bottom of the second.
Well, you know, and in watching them this year compared to last year, they're a lot better.
They are.
From where they were.
They are.
You know, and I talked to one of the dads and one of the players over at the game for a long time at Mount Pleasant. And, you know, he told me any given night they're playing 4 or 5, maybe 6 freshmen sometimes.
Yes. Yeah, they're playing some young guys.
And that makes it hard.
It does. I mean, you're playing young guys. They got a new coach up there.
Yep.
You know, they swapped coaches in the last 4 years a couple of times. And that's tough. I mean, it's hard to have a stability.
Well, and if your guy is 14 and my guy's 18, you're probably going to lose unless he's just real good.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't see a lot of your freshmen coming in that can play at the same level that your juniors and seniors are going to play.
I mean, they might compete half a game.
Yeah.
You know.
But they're going to have them errors. They're going to make them errors in
Exactly.
boots and, you know, just learning curve stuff.
But, you know, if you keep working, stay together, and do all things the right way, it'll turn.
It will.
It just takes a while sometimes.
Fishers are going to foul that one off down third baseline. Makes it count no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitcher comes set here and delivers that pitch. Must have been up a little.
I guess. I don't know.
Didn't look bad.
Looked
to
like
me.
looked like it caught a lot of white.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm always for it if it's if it's for us.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Ball's going to be popped out of play. Over in the Loretto side of the bleachers. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner standing at second. Loretto has played another 5 runs here in the bottom of the second inning to make the score 10-0. Pitch is delivered. Oh no. What that was, my catcher was standing up there. And that pitch was delivered. I don't know whether trying to hold him up or what, but it's 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Pitcher comes set here and delivers. Be called ball 3. That was a strike earlier.
Yeah.
In another game.
That was. Oh, in the other game.
Yeah, in the other game, that was a strike earlier, and that was close. I mean, that's in between that plate and that black and that chalk, like we was talking earlier. I mean, it's out there, but ball's going to be fouled off.
Yeah, it's out of play. That pitch, if you're giving them that pitch, that makes it hard because, like, how do you know, all you can really do is swing and hope you foul that one off.
Yeah, hope you touch it.
Hope you foul
That's
it
about
off.
all you can do with it, of course.
Not much else to do.
Yeah, and I felt like Summertown made an adjustment a while ago and started hitting balls to right field. You know, they crowded the plate a little bit, started, you know, knew that's what we was getting in the later innings. That ball's going to be hit.
That's good now.
May stay in foul territory. It is caught by the shortstop. Shortstop goes and makes a good play of it right against the fence for the 3rd out. So, but Mount Pleasant does plate 5 more, or Loretto plates 5 more runs here in the bottom of the 2nd inning, make it 10-0 Loretto. So we'll take a little break. This is Loretto Baseball on the Exports Network.
Welcome to Employee Resources Credit Union, where you're more than just a number, you're family. We provide financial solutions that rise above those of traditional banks. With roots stretching back to 1964, we've served 4 generations during constant industry changes. We're known for our low fees and incredible rates. Join us and experience the credit union difference. ERCU, not for profit, for service.
Are you looking for a job where you can easily balance work and home life? By becoming a local driver with Southeast Carriers, we can guarantee multiple benefits and a base pay starting at $17 per hour, along with a work-life balance so you can spend equal time on the road as with family.
All right, we're back. Lindsey's going to step in for Mount Pleasant. His first attempt here against Dillon. Takes fastball in. Ball 1. Ball up and away.
Well, you cursed him earlier when you said he hadn't been 2-0 on anybody.
I did, because now he's done it twice in a row now.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
Mount Pleasant's 8-hole hitter. There it is. Ooh. That was called a strike on the inside corner.
That's a hard pitch to hit right there.
Yeah, you're going to have to.
Inside and running.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello.
That runs in and up.
Yeah,
Makes it 3-1.
That's a wake-up pitch.
Yeah. Say it here and delivers. Ball's going to be fouled off.
Well, I tell you what, them old boys better be heads up. We had a foul ball hit one of our guys down here earlier, like first 5-10 games of the season. Hit him in the jaw. It was ugly. But he's okay now. But it was ugly that night. Scary.
Oh, I'm sure.
Scary. It was off Clint's bat. Pretty hot.
Yeah. Ball's grounded foul. You know, said a cuss word on the radio in Eagleville this year. Jackson Bennett squared the bunted it, and it come off a bat and went in his helmet, hit him in the eye right there below the eye. And,
oh, no.
You know, so I throwed out a cuss word, and I turned around and looked at my co-guys, and that's what I was telling you earlier. You know, if I say something I ain't supposed to, just jump in and help me out. That's going to be strike 3 up. So, you know, when I say it and I realize I've done it, and I pause and I turn and look at my help, which is No-Show Joe here and Will, and they're sitting there in the chair, and they're both looking at me like, did you really say that? I'm like,
hit the dump button.
Yeah, I said it. Yeah, we ain't got one of them.
They may not have a dump button. Hit
but
the dump
I do owe AJ a steak dinner. So
AJ needs to eat a steak. He weighs like 120 pounds.
yeah, he needs to eat more than one. So of course he didn't say what steak, so I may carry him to McDonald's, get like just a burger and take the bun off of it and say, here's your steak.
Hamburger steak.
Waffle House steak.
Yeah,
Will
hey,
says.
don't be talking bad about the Waffle House. Yeah. That's still my favorite place.
Ball's gonna be fouled off.
But if you go to the Waffle House too late at night, you see some interesting people.
There's some interesting people in the Waffle House for sure.
If you go after midnight.
But look, I can eat an all-star breakfast any time of the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm all for an all-star.
Steak and eggs.
Yeah.
Or the 3-egg omelet, cheesesteak omelet.
Pitch is going to be up and over his head.
It's good stuff.
Makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out.
There's not a Waffle House in this county, is there?
No.
Need one.
We do.
Put it in Leoma.
Well, I actually looked at a franchise probably 4 or 5 years ago. It's going to be strike 3 throwed in there. And putting one in Summertown.
Oh, yeah?
And it's a little more money to get a Waffle House franchise than what you would think it would be. It kind of surprised me. And then the training that you go in these things, you don't think them cooks has got no training, but the training you got to send your cooks to. It's it was a little more in depth of what it was going to be than what I wanted to do. So we ball one down. I thought Summertown would be a great place for a Waffle House, and I wouldn't have to go far to get my all-star breakfast.
There you go.
So,
well, if you listen to what they get called out to them before they have to think about cooking it, I'm like, how do they remember? Oh, I believe if he catches that.
Yeah, I believe if he holds on to that may have been a strike.
Just hit right on the tip of the mitt, looked like.
Which, to be honest, that shouldn't matter to an umpire. It's where it crosses the plate, not where it hits the mitt.
Yep. But, if a catcher don't receive it right, we all know that's a ball, regardless.
Yes.
It used to be, years ago, the window frame. Now it's all about how you receive it.
How you receive it.
A little bit different,
So he does go 3-0 here on this hitter. Comes back with the fastball down the middle.
It's a leadoff guy.
Yeah, they're back to their leadoff. Hunter Holt. Be his second attempt here. 3-1, 2 outs. Wilson comes set and delivers. That ball's hit well out into the left center field gap. Miles Moore's going to get over and get to it. Ball was smoked out there.
Yes, sir. He hammered that. And Miles did a good job cutting it off.
He did.
I mean, because if he's not tracking it good as he's running out through there, the ball may go to the wall and be at least a double.
Number 3, Kevin.
When it hits that block wall,
They don't tell him where it's going.
Where it goes, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Like that ball, what was it, Clint hit earlier, hit right in the bend next to that 44 and kicked right back to that center fielder.
Yes, it did.
Even though the center fielder did a great job getting over there.
Yeah. Going to bring up Kevin Reed here with 2 outs and a runner at first. Kevin's going to take that one up. Ball 1.
Probably tried to pull it back down.
There's a pipe out there. It's a drain pipe. I don't know if you was here, but we played in that tournament here, and there was one that 2-hopped and went in that pipe. Will had a perfect video of it.
Absolutely.
I mean, you could see it. It just disappeared in that pipe.
Yep. It's like it was like at the end of putt-putt when you're at the beach.
At
Ball
the beach.
goes away and it never comes back.
It never comes back. Yeah. But that thing bounced twice. That baseball had 2 hops, and on the second one it went thump.
Yeah,
right in
and
that's a 4-inch pipe, and it's about half filled up, so it had to hit it perfect.
Absolutely. So, I was doing PA when that happened, and I said, well, I've never seen that.
Yeah, Will's got it pulled up there. It's actually a concrete block. It ain't a PVC pipe. That's right.
But still.
Yeah, it's a concrete block that's open out there for a drain.
I've only been going to games for 4 years, but I've never seen it happen in 4 years. But, I mean, we might have to call Coach Lamm and see if he'd ever seen it before that.
Yeah, I asked David, and David said he had never seen one do it. So
yeah, he's been around forever.
Count 3-0 here to Kevin.
Not that he's old. That's not what I'm saying. He's just been here a long time.
Be called strike on that outside corner.
It's a good pitch.
Yeah, we can say he's old. David's old.
Well, he's not much older than me, so I'm not getting into that.
I'm going to call him old. He's a lot older than me. He's like twice my age.
I didn't know you was – we're just going to stop.
You didn't know I was that old?
No, I didn't.
I'm going to walk Kevin here.
I'm just going to stop. Sometimes it's better – if you're in a hole, quit digging.
Quit digging. Coach Weathers is going to come out and have a conversation. We'll take a little break and get some commercials in here. This is Loretto Baseball on the Exports Network.
Hey everyone, this is Landon Saunders.
And this is Nate Patterson with Cloud9 Fiber.
We're excited to finally be able to offer Lawrenceburg our blazing fast, reliable, and affordable fiber internet services.
If you're looking for a more reliable and more affordable provider, we at Cloud9 Fiber have you covered.
Plans start at $50 a month, and we can offer up to a gigabit to your home or business.
We are excited to be able to offer your first month of service entirely free. We encourage you to sign up on cloud9fiber.com or by calling 931-201-9098 so we can help you make the switch today.
All right. So Coach Weathers goes out and has a little talk. Wilson. Hayden Holt's going to step in with 2 on, going to take ball up. You know, this is kind of what Mount Pleasant does. You know, they just kind of play along, then all at once they'll have an inning.
Absolutely. You know, it's
going to be called strike. Yeah.
Yeah, they sometimes, I mean, I don't know if you peak patience, and sometimes they're a little too patient,
yeah.
You know, and take some strikes, but they'll run your counts up if you're not careful.
Hayden swings through that and looked like he was trying to hit that and over the scoreboard there.
Absolutely. He was fisting
big
that
cut
on the hitting barn out there.
Yeah. Goes 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Got 2 runners on. Oh, ball's fouled straight back. He took another big cut at that one.
Sure did. Can't blame him, though. I mean,
oh, no, absolutely.
What's it going to hurt?
Yeah, well, you got to lose right here.
Absolutely. It's 10-0 game.
Yeah. I like to see a guy swing out of his shoes. I mean, you
go after
go get one.
Be aggressive. Ooh. Ow.
Yeah,
sure
2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, I waited on the umpire. I was afraid he's going to slow roll us again.
I know.
But,
I thought I was like, well, I don't know.
So, did call it a ball.
Uh-oh.
Runners are gone. Holt swings through that one for strike 3.
Thank you. So, Dylan might have one-looked him and he took off or something.
Yeah. I think he did. So, they're swapping sides. We'll get a few more commercials in. This is Loretto Baseball on the X Sports Network.
Swap and Shop Center in Lawrenceburg is your go-to stop to complete your home, business, a combination of both, or really anything you can think of. With one of the region's biggest selection of bedroom furniture, name brand mattresses, recliners, living room and dining room suites, accents for the home or office, quality name brand appliances, and did I mention Swap and Shop services what they sell? This is family owned and operated business at its best. And the best part is, they'll treat you like family too.
We got bedroom suites, mattresses, dining room suites, appliances, outdoor equipment, mowers, and more. See us at the Swap and Shop Center in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we provided outstanding residential and commercial services through southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air, when you need us, we'll be there.
All right, Mount Pleasant makes a pitching change. Like I'm saying, having a hard time with their lineup, but I'm going to say Vaden Grajeda comes in to pitch for them. Loretto back to the top of their lineup here in the bottom of the 3rd. Clint Seymour be his 3rd at bat. 3rd inning to lead off. Ball 2 away. going to step back in there. Pitch is delivered. It's going to be away. He's thrown 3 pitches almost in the identical same spot.
I'll say he's missing a little bit to the right there.
Yeah.
Or his right, or left.
Yeah. Seymour's going to step back in. Reckon he's got the green light right here. He does, and he may have got all of it. I think he did. Yes, sir, he does.
I guess he did have it.
3-0. If he didn't have the green light, they'll give it to him next time. 3-0 pitch, down and in, fastball down and in, and he absolutely hammers that ball out of the right field wall. I was a little hesitant about calling it because I didn't know if it's going to have enough height.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was carrying well, but that ball never got real high.
He hit one a couple of weeks ago just like it.
Yeah. Yeah, that ball was absolutely hammered out of this park, so makes the score 11-0.
4 years ago, I tell you what, he ripped that ball.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that ball was hammered.
That ball was screaming.
Yeah. Yeah, it left here in a hurry. That's what I said. When it left the bat and I looked at it, I thought that may hit the wall and come back, but it carried far enough to get out of here for sure. So
when it came off, but seeing that replay, good grief. He
Yeah.
hit that ball hard.
Yes, he did. So bring up Casey Springer. Another left-handed at bat. Going to be away.
And, you know, if this guy's a youngster that's on the mound and he looks young.
He does.
You know, if you're 13, 14, 15 years old, and he looks like he's probably about 14, but he may be 18 for all we know. But that plays in your head a little bit as a righty pitching to a lefty.
Yes.
I don't know why.
But it does.
But it does.
Yeah.
And the same if you're a lefty, you know, going the other way. If you're a youngster and you know it's a team that can hit a little bit, you know, and we've been hitting a little bit tonight.
Pitch going to be away again. You know, this is the way he started with Seymour. Went away, and then when it's been a lefty, you know, at next and it run down and in on him. And I'm looking at them guys out there looking for the baseball, and they're
going to need to get in that ditch because it probably hit that bank roll.
It's going to be
down.
called strike. No, they picked it up out there. See where they're at?
Oh, I got
What are you guessing? That's 60 foot.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's 60, 70 foot out of the park out there where they're standing. And that field is
just got planted.
Yeah,
today.
just got planted. So
he was out there literally today.
Yeah, I seen him today during the game. But that's going to be called strike down and in on him. So be 3 balls and 2 strikes. So, yeah, that ball didn't roll much when it hit the ground is what I'm trying to say out there. So it was absolutely hammered. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Pitch is delivered. Called ball 4 on the outside.
That's a good walk. That's not a walk.
Johnny Cash coming out there.
That's the walk.
That's the walk-up zone.
Tell you what, it's unbelievable sitting there looking at this screen at the clarity of these cameras.
Oh, they're very clear.
Unbelievable.
These cameras are, this setup that they've got going here is pretty good.
It's actually better than actually sitting here watching it live.
Yeah, Mason Tibble steps in.
That shot of our dugout, that looked awesome.
Yeah. Oh, it's clear as a bell, man.
Yeah.
It surprises me. That's what my dad says. My dad got old, you know, he's old. I mean, I guess I call him old all the time, but Mason takes ball 1, pick over to first, but you know, he's 82 now, so we just keep buying him bigger TVs.
I got you.
And I think he's up to like an 82-inch TV in his living room now. I go in down there the other night, and he's watching a replay of one of the ball games, and it's on there, and I thought, man, that's cool. I mean, you know, that's –
oh, yeah.
So
X-Sports, one of the best things going today for these kids.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, it's like, you know, I told somebody today it's ESPN for Lawrence County.
It
you
is.
know, and a few other schools. I mean, you know, I know it goes out a little bit, but if it wasn't for X-Sports, you know, my oldest son and my mom, they would have missed a lot of Carter's games. You know, living out of town.
Reed's going to go out and have a little conversation with the pitcher and come back. It's 2 balls, no strikes here against Tibble. That's what I told. We had a kid last year, and, you know, Will Pettis over here puts a lot of work in this. Spends a lot of time doing it at home. People don't realize what he does and the videos he gets up. And, I think he sleeps in his studio most of the time because he gets so much done at night. And now he's got to playing with AI and making pretty little, cute little pictures with him, and his new AI deal he's got going on. But he done a thing for Weston Pig, and which was Mark Pig's son. Played ball in the dirt, but he played basketball and baseball both all the way through summertime from the time he was a freshman to his senior year. And when he graduated, Will give him a thumb drive, and it had every basketball game and every baseball game the kid ever played on it.
Wow.
So he gets to carry them. They're on a thumb drive, so from then on out he gets to he keeps them forever.
Absolutely.
So and that's something I never had. We we ball for there at Walt Mason, but Will went back to 1992 and put together the state tournament team, and the videos that we had, it was took on a VHS, how people holding a 30-pound camera on their shoulder trying to video with, and he went back and made a DVD and put it out on YouTube and stuff for us. But and that's what I told my son, and I've called all the baseball games, and which he don't play basketball or nothing. I do a lot of the basketball games too, but I told my son, I said, you don't know how special it'll be, when you graduate. If I can get Will to make you a thumb drive, and when you're 60-year-old and I'm dead and gone, you'll have a thumb drive that you can stick in, and you're still going to hear me talk about you playing baseball.
Absolutely.
I've called every baseball game you've ever played at Summertown High School. So that'll be something that, and kids don't get that.
Right.
I mean,
you don't get it until it's gone.
And really. I don't think people don't realize how much this means right now, but I'm telling you, these kids will understand it in 15 or 20 years, how much it meant.
Oh, and let Miles get up to bat and we'll talk some more.
Bring Miles in with no outs and runners standing at first and second. Pitch is going to be away.
But, and you don't know, until they start talking about it, when AJ comes out to interview everybody, it's like, some of them are, some of them are like, I got to talk. Yeah, man, get over and talk. It's good for you.
Yeah, I mean,
but then when they get to go up and do the interviews at the restaurants, and then they get to go home and watch it, and all their buddies watch it and talk to them. I mean, it means a lot to them. I mean, it covers. And the crazy thing is the number of sports that are covered. I mean, my goodness, is there anything that's not covered?
Well,
I mean,
golf.
Golf.
We can't figure out how to get Will to run around with his laptop. If we can set this up on a golf cart.
Yeah.
And I've thought about it. I got a golf cart at the house. I think we could get this stuff set up on it, and we could kind of drive around.
Just play the same hole 18 times.
Yeah, the same hole 18 times would be good. We could set it up.
Here we are, first hole. We're going to have to talk lower.
Yeah.
We'll be able to talk.
Everybody have to be quiet.
Yeah.
Won't be doing no yelling.
Quiet.
Yeah. 2 balls, 1 strike here against Miles Moore. Pitch is delivered. Miles going to hit that ball out into left field. Looks like it's playable for left fielders coming on. It's going to get down. They got to play it third. He bobbles it a little bit.
Springer is getting in there.
Springer gets in there sliding. In tennis, we've tried to do tennis. Tennis is hard to do.
Because you got a camera setup would be difficult, I would think.
Well, I mean, when they play, it's so they'll play 5 courts and everybody's playing at the same time, and it's hard. So tennis is really hard to do. But all your football, all of your baseball, all of your basketball, all of your softball, junior high, volleyball is all done. Soccer, I could see where soccer would be hard to do because of the that ball is hammered into left field. I believe he got it. He doesn't know. That thing's off the top of the wall. I think he thought he had it too.
I did too.
It is going to plate 2. No, 3. Miles Moore's coming in to score. That ball was hammered. That's another one that didn't quite get enough height on it.
If he get in the weight room, he might have hit that out.
If you get in the weight room?
Yeah.
You ain't got him in the weight room right now?
Yeah, he did not get. I mean, he was on the couch with that surgery for about a month, and then he was back in there. These dudes, all of them, all these guys you're watching, they live in the weight room, or if they're not in the weight room at our school, they're at Loretto Fitness, or they're at one of the ones in one of the gyms in Lawrenceburg, somewhere. They're always lifting. Like last night, we played up at. Was it last night we played up at Lawrenceburg, and then hey, Dad, hurry up and get me back so we can go to the gym. You know, it's crazy.
Gonna be called strike on the outside corner. Score is now 14-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bottom of the 3rd.
Yeah, bottom of the 3rd.
Bottom of the 3rd.
Trag has hit a homer and hit some off the wall too.
Yeah.
Our game changer wasn't up when they were over at Scotts Hill, and my truck broke down on the way, so I wasn't at the game. My wife couldn't find it on ours, so she was following Scotts Hill, and she called me and Uh-oh.
Ball's going to be hit out in the center field. Center fielder makes the play. Flips that in. Be the first out of the inning.
She called me to tell me that Carter had hit a grand slam. I said, man, I knew he'd do something while I wasn't there.
Why he wasn't there?
Well, he called me after the game. I said, man, congratulations on that grand slam. He said, what are you talking about? So somebody at Scotts Hill had put Tragg's 3-run homer in as Carter hitting a grand slam. But Tragg actually hit a 3-run homer.
Tragg hit a 3-run homer.
Yeah, smoked it, they said. Hit it a long way. So.
Bring up Aaron here. His third at bat. He is 2 for 2 today. Hit a ball through the 5-6 hole and a line drive through the ball's hammered down third base line. It is called fair. Going to score from second right there easy. Carter is. Ball was hit hard too.
Yeah, it did. He hammered it. He's hit the ball hard every time.
He is. He's 3 for 3 on the night now.
And he's got, what, 3-4 RBIs?
He got another one there. I think that's 4.
Yeah.
4 RBIs.
Yeah,
He had one his first at bat, 2 his second, and another one there.
He's hit it hard tonight.
Number 10, Riley Ellis.
Not sure about Riley's walk-up song.
Yeah.
I can't remember who they said that band is.
We don't get much of it, do we?
I've been meaning to harass him about it in the hallway. Maybe I can remember tomorrow.
Riley hit a shot down third baseline while go for a double.
Sure did.
Take that off-speed pitch in there for a strike. That's tough to.
A little wrinkle there.
Yeah.
They took the rain chance out for like
That's going to be called a strike too.
That's like the
good
first.
take.
That's like that earlier you was talking about.
Yeah, good take. I think all he could have done with that is hit it in the first base dugout. Pitcher comes set here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Throws another wrinkle, leaves that up a little bit.
Tried to sneak it in there.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a bad pitch.
We've gone from windy and 50 to June.
Ball's going to be grounded over to shortstop. Holt comes on, fields, throws over to first.
He dropped it.
Drops it. First baseman drops it. Yeah, I think the humidity's climbed quite a bit while I was sitting here.
I'm going to say if it hasn't, it has in this booth.
Yeah.
If it hasn't outside.
It may not be out there, but
yeah.
We'll get Bennett back in the run for Ellis, our catcher.
Randy Fisher.
I want to hop in and ask a question.
Yeah.
So if I was to ask Carter, you know, what's the most thrilling thing, hitting a home run, throwing a touchdown, pitching a, you know, complete game no-hitter, what would he say?
It's a good question. It's a good question. Probably no-hitter, if I had to guess, you know. But I don't know for sure because, I mean
or, you know, let's say a walk-off home run, complete game no-hitter, throwing the winning touchdown.
Yeah. That's tough. That's a tough question. Why would you put me in that?
That would be.
Now, you know.
All of them means a lot.
Yeah.
But
wait
a minute. Depends on what season it is.
Well, that's number one. Number two is who we playing. You know.
Yeah.
You know, on the touchdown especially. I mean, you know, if it depends on who we're playing.
Well, the touchdown, the walk-off home run, that would be.
You know.
It'd mean a lot more to.
Absolutely.
I promise you, he would a lot rather hit a walk-off home run against Summertown as he had, you know, somebody out of district.
Yeah. Well, you know, but the no-hitter, you know, he's one of them dudes that likes, and we've got a lot of guys like that, not just Carter. I mean, Clint's like that, Mason's like that, all our pitchers are like that. They want the ball, you know, and they want the ball in their hand. They want to be aggressive and go at hitters and all that good stuff. And, you know, so I would say probably a complete game no-hitter to win the game because he would know, hey, you know, I was in control of this whole way. But at the same time, probably number two, if I had to guess, not that he was not a big didn't love football, but number 2 would probably be the walk-off grand slam, and then football probably be 3rd right now.
Okay.
Now, football season, it might be the other way.
Yeah. Fisher swung through that and like he was trying to hit it out of. Oh,
wow!
He just
did that break back in?
Yes, it did. It broke back in there. Fisher leaned in.
Yeah, I thought
it's going to be the second out of the inning. He leaned in. I think he was trying to take out in the elbow, but Seymour won't be leading off the bottom of the 4th because he's going to get in at bat here in his second at bat here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Wow, that ball had a lot of break on it.
Yeah, it did. It run back in there.
I thought it was farther in than that.
Yeah, it's actually
I don't know. He was reaching, but
yeah.
Number 16, Seymour.
I'd throw him 3 outside and get to the next guy. Or 4 outside.
4, yeah. Yeah, I probably should have because he's hit that ball a ton out into right center field, and that will be 2 for Clint Seymour tonight.
I don't have ESP or
ESP. That was – you most definitely don't throw him a fastball down and in. He's
after having thrown him one in his leadoff the inning.
Yeah. So that's actually 2 home runs in the same inning.
Yes.
Here for Clint Seymour. So it's going to make the score 18.
Yeah, I think so. I tell you what Clint has done is since football was over, is he's of course gone back to work in the weight room in a little bit different mindset. Football, and everybody says, well, football workouts, this and that. There's really no specific workout for one sport.
Yeah,
but it's just he's hitting some lifts a little bit differently. To do different stuff. But he's attacked his diet pretty hard. He's put on about, I don't know, I think he weighs close to 200 now.
Yeah.
Or maybe right at it, a little over, a little under. Which he played football at 185, 190, but I think he's closer to 2 right now.
Yeah, he's put on a little weight and probably most of it's muscle, and he's swinging it well right now, seeing it well.
Yep. It's just like we have several of these guys that go like at 5:30 before school to Loretto Fitness, and Carter was showing me some stuff they were doing one day, and I said, man, I don't know how y'all do that because I mean it's not your typical bench squat clean deadlift stuff.
Yeah.
It's some more specific stuff to hit some different muscle groups.
Who taught them that?
They actually got. I think Mason got it from I don't know, Wake Forest or somewhere.
Yeah.
Now we do a lot of creative stuff in our football off-season program, but I take some of the stuff these kids teach me and go, hey, that's pretty good right there. We're going to add that into our program.
A lot of them are doing a lot of CrossFit stuff now that hits. It's going to be called strike 3 there.
That's that little curveball again.
Yeah, a little breaking pitch in there, just kind of froze.
Dude's got a good little breaking ball.
He does, but it's so going into the top of the 4th. Loretto leads here 18-0 on Mount Pleasant. So kind of see who we're going to run back out here. But
they had Lucas getting loose, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll run him out there or what they're going to do. I figure they're going to make some changes, but I'm not seeing none right now.
That's right.
But a lot of these guys have went to this CrossFit stuff, and a lot of your CrossFit training because it hits so many different muscles.
Yeah.
The workouts they do, it's
22?
Yeah, 22 is going to be Lucas Laxon.
Lucas Laxon.
Coming out on the mound. Lucas played some travel ball with Kane for a few years. I was picking his little brother and little sister out here a while ago. Lucas is a good kid.
Absolutely.
That kid is it's amazing. So
I think he's got a little grass cutting service too.
He does. He's a hard worker too.
So if anybody gets in a bind this summer,
needs your grass cut.
Lucas Laxon, that's your guy.
Some free advertising there.
Yeah. It's a paid commercial, Lucas. That'll cost you. That's $1,500 for advertisement on the Exports Network.
I tell you what he can do. He can come by next year when he's in my personal finance class, and he can go out and wash my truck one day or something.
There you go. There you go.
So you teach personal finance?
Yeah.
Coach, I'm glad that's being taught.
Well, I tell you what, I tell them when they come in to the class, if you'll give it a chance, don't just come in and go, oh, golly, we got to get through these hoops to graduate or whatever. if you'll listen, I say, like I'm not the smartest and the brightest, but I can tell you, how to budget. I can tell you how to do your taxes. I can tell you how about buying houses and leasing cars and all that kind of stuff. Which I tell them don't lease cars, all that kind of stuff. But but really, I teach them mostly from my mistakes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, I would have much rather learned that than Beowulf when I was in high school.
Or the Canterbury Tales.
Yeah, Canterbury Tales.
Yeah, we're sitting here talking about that. My mom's listening. She was an English teacher for 27 years.
So my mom was too.
So, yeah, Beowulf, Canterbury Tales. The only thing I really remember.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, the Raven.
Yeah.
About the only thing I remember is that Robert Frost poem about a tree.
Yeah. So
useful stuff.
They are going to make a batting change here as Preston Haywood is going to come in.
Do we know what spots?
I do not.
He's in Hayden Holt. That's the leadoff, isn't it?
Yeah, he's for Hayden Holt.
No, that's Hunter Holt. Hayden Holt is 3-hole.
Yeah.
All right, so this is
he'll be in the 3-hole spot. That ball's going to be drove into left field. Line drive, base hit.
How's that for coming off the bench?
Looks like we've got another one coming in here.
Oh, I'm not going to be able to keep up with all these.
Number 9.
Number 9, Tucker Jones.
Tucker Jones.
Coming up. Looks like he's swinging from the left side of the plate.
Hope he don't hit it like Chipper Jones.
Well, if he does, he's got a long career in front of him.
That's exactly right.
He's one of the best hitters as far as I always go back to him. I tell my son all the time, I say, look, you want to learn to hit, go watch Chipper.
Absolutely.
And that dude's mechanics.
Didn't he hit over 300 from both sides?
Both sides. He hit it for a career, 19-year career, was over 300 from both sides.
And I think he was in high school. I think he was a five-star quarterback too.
He was, absolutely.
I think so.
Yeah, and
probably played basketball. We just don't know it.
And he still deer hunted and turkey hunted, and he had time for all that. So
yep, pretty good juice on that pitch.
Yeah, Laxton had a little on that one.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you could watch him, or you could watch Ken Griffey Jr. Either one.
Oh yeah, they both had really pretty swings. Ken Griffey was.
And of course, everybody forgets about Tony Gwynn these days. But
yeah, I don't. Tony Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn probably had the most relaxed batting stance.
Absolutely.
Of anybody. It looked like he walked out there and stepped in the box. He didn't care what you threw. He just kind of stood there. It's kind of like slow pitch softball. You throw it, I'll hit it. And that's kind of the way Tony ball's going to be fouled off down the first baseline here. Which is 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
Is this a pinch hitter too?
No,
this
was
number
the
7.
DH.
He was in earlier.
This is the DH. Zion Hollis hitting in the 6-hole. Lucas going to get that outside corner there. Makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes. But I always thought Chipper never changed. I think you could watch him right-handed and left-handed and couldn't find the difference.
Absolutely.
I always thought that was something that made him special.
One of those deals, like one of them deals where you look at in the comic strip to see where the differences are.
Yeah.
The top and bottom picture.
Yes.
He didn't have any.
Yeah, it didn't. There was very little there. I think he was a little wider right-handed than he was left-handed. If you went back and really looked at it, and I've watched him, some stuff on him, and that's some stuff that he would tell you, is just he'd shorten his step a little bit from the left side from what he did from the right side, but the ball's going to be hit over to third base. It's fielded clean by Tibble. Tibble throws over to first. For the last out of the inning. I think that should be ball game, guys. 15 after 4.
I don't know.
Maybe
it may just be the 10 after 5.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't think so, because last year we were up on pretty good in the first, and it continued on. So
yeah, so we're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. But yeah, I used to tell my son that's where he started baseball, was watching Chipper.
Yeah.
He was a big Chipper Jones. Atlanta Braves, still a big Atlanta Braves friend. He was a big Chipper guy. So he wears number 10 to this day. He's worn his whole life.
That's cool.
He still goes back and watches a lot of videos and stuff of Chipper hitting. And, he actually taught himself to switch hit. Kane did. Of course, he don't do a lot of it in high school ball, but he still does some in travel ball and gets on the other side of the plate some in BP. I think it helps a lot if he ever hits a slump or something. He'll jump on the other side and hit 40, 50 pitches.
Just to see it.
And he's different on that side.
Yeah.
And kind of works in there and makes it a little better. But
And another question, Coach, did Carter ever play basketball?
He did. He played basketball through 9th grade. He played his first year here, and then he decided, you know, hey, I'm going to work on some football stuff, work on my arm, you know, and you know, I encourage our players to play as much stuff as they can. I encourage kids to play as much stuff as they can. And but I will say, you know, I didn't really, you know, you hated to see him not play, but he wanted to go work on his arm for baseball, and so, you know, we've seen the benefits of it, you know, because he got to spend extra time with David out here throwing and working and long tossing and those kind of things.
But you see a difference. I mean, from back when I played, anyways, the baseball season was nothing like it is now. Football season, I mean, y'all are doing football stuff now.
Year-round.
I mean, you know, y'all are year-round. You're trying to get football in. Baseball's almost year-round. You throw basketball in there, and you know, kids don't get a break.
Right.
You know, they're torturing their body the whole year. Well, you know, I think that's the reason you see, because when I was a kid, you didn't see injuries.
Right.
You didn't see kids that was, you know, we played our 25 baseball games a year, we was done.
Right.
You know, then we went and hauled hay and cut tobacco the rest of the year.
That's
I mean,
right.
that was, you know, we didn't go to the gym, we didn't work out. And,
that's right.
You know, nowadays these kids are playing, you know, if they play in travel ball too, a lot of these kids will play upwards to 80 to 90 baseball games a year.
Absolutely.
You know, by the time they get done with travel ball, and then they'll roll in and play football, and, you know, they'll go play it, and then they'll roll in and play, you know, 40 basketball games, and, you know, their body never gets a break, and you're seeing a lot more arm injuries and knee injuries and, you know, tendonitis and stuff in kids younger. I think they need a little bit of a break sometimes from it just for their body part.
Well, the thing like with us, when we have, during the month of June, we only really have 6 workouts, and that's just to get them up out of bed and get them in front of us where we can see them.
Yeah.
And like all our guys that play basketball, if they have a play date that day, if Coach Tips has got something scheduled, they don't even come to football. They just just sleep in, get up, go to basketball, and you know, I count them as here. I don't worry about it, you know, because they're getting their work.
Oh, yeah.
Why do they need to come work out, you know?
Pitches up and in. Mount Pleasant has made a pitching change.
And we've got a new batter up here. I think Braden Bennett is batting now. I saw
that is Bennett. I think we've got Brody Oldfield. Brody Oldfield pitching for Mount Pleasant now. Going to be called strike.
Don't mean to call anybody by the wrong name. But
yeah,
this handwriting is bad.
Crazy.
It's bad.
Yeah.
But no offense, Coach. You know.
Yeah, I take offense, Coach.
If Coach comes back to – I got really good handwriting. I don't, you know, I fill out a pretty lineup card. You know, the coaches here at our school, they can't believe my handwriting's as good as it is. So I take good pride in that.
What was it like having Eddie come back and call your games this year?
That was cool. You know, I didn't know the history, the background, you know, for a long time, and I was over at McMaster's home gallery talking to Steve one day.
Ball's going to be drove out into left center field.
And Eddie came in. And I got to talk to him and meet him, and then next thing I know, he's back calling our games. You know, so
I know a lot of folks who had been around a long time were really excited to hear his voice again on the call.
Oh, it was,
and he had a fun season to call, of course. You know, this year.
It was a lot of fun. You know, and we still have a lot of really good players and a lot of really good kids coming back, and we had a good group of seniors that are leaving and. But yeah, Eddie, I go back and watch some, and he's good at it now. He's funny dude.
Well, I was going to ask you how often you go back and watch.
You know, I watch more like out of season than I do in, because in season I'm getting the next film and trying to get it cut, and I might go back and watch I went back and watched a few games that were big games, you know, to kind of hear it all and how it was all going and coming through over the you know, the broadcast and that kind of stuff. But you know, I watch a lot more once the season's over from replay at X Sports than I did during the season.
Carter's going to lift that ball out in the right field. Right fielder's going to miss it. Miles Mower's going to move up. Everybody's going to move one base. Bennett led the inning off with the base hit to center field. Mower hits a ground ball through the 5-6 hole for a base hit. Or Daniel hits a fly ball out to right field. Right fielder just kind of misplaced.
And Braden had a good rip on that ball.
He did.
Center. He hit one like that the other night, and he hit it too far. Hit it to the left fielder, you know. But, he hit it on the nose just like he did that one. Tried to get Braden to play a little football, and he thought about it and thought he had him out there, but he decided not to, and that's fine. I mean, you know, like some people, they don't want to do it, and that's okay. I mean, you know, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Go be good at what you love.
Well, that's, you know, a lot of kids, I think, this day and time pick one sport, and because it's so much work, and ball's going to be away, and that's something.
The thing is, yeah, I agree with what you're saying. The thing is, you got to, as the coach, you got to try to manipulate that a little bit to, you know, make it fun, make it where you keep it short and condensed. Like, we don't practice very long. You know, we may do a 30-minute film session or meet on the board or, you know, have a character development, something going on.
Yeah.
But we don't really practice over 90 minutes. I mean,
Cause get in there, get it done, get off the field.
Absolutely, because these coaches I talk to that practice 3 and 4 hours, and, hey, everybody's got to do it their own way.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be out there 3 or 4 hours. I can just tell you. If we're out there 3 or 4 hours, I've lost my mind. Somebody needs to.
We ball forward, going to walk another run in here.
I don't remember seeing this guy pitch against us before, but doesn't mean he didn't.
So let me ask you,
we got another hitter here coming in.
Who's 18?
Number 18 is.
I don't know, because I can't see who he is.
Vinny?
Oh, is that Vinny?
Vinny.
Vinny Veloz.
Vinny Veloz. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, or I call him, I mess with him all the time, call him Benny.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Vinny. Vinny's one of our quarterbacks. Yeah, Carter Mason and Vinny. Vinny was a freshman this past year.
He's going to be in the dirt.
And I don't know what he does out here other than catcher, but I know he catches. But I don't know if he does anything else or not.
He's a freshman?
He's a freshman. Tough little dude. You know, he got hit pretty good in a few of those JV games, and I thought, well, he's not getting up, you know, and he'd pop up, get the next play, and here we go, you know. But, you know, throws a pretty ball, makes the right reads a lot. I mean, headsy little quarterback and a pretty good defensive back. I'm a little more critical of the defensive backs because I coach on them sometimes.
Ball's going to be grounded over to second base.
Trey. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was just going to say Trey having to play dodgeball over there again.
So they out at second.
I don't understand what the call was. No, even though the Mount Pleasant game was played in front of more people, probably. Or,
you would not believe the online viewers for that Mount Pleasant game, by the way.
Well, I heard, and if what I heard was right, there was, you know, I don't know how many people were at the game. Look at here.
Ball's going to be lined in the right field for a base hit. Going to get him an RBI here. Brandon Griff comes in.
But I will say this, you know, Lawrence County game was big because it was the first time we beat them in so long. We've been real, real close. This is Caden Rogerson, pretty sure.
Yeah, that's another.
Number 34. He's another guy that plays football.
What'd you say his name was?
Caden Rogerson.
Yeah, I ain't got a 34 on me.
Yeah, I think they had a few.
Oh, they've changed it. Caden Rogerson, yeah. All right.
Yeah,
I guess he's usually number 2.
Maybe.
Because he's wearing number 34 tonight. They've marked it out and put 34 over.
So it's Caden Robertson?
Yeah.
Rogerson with a G.
Rogerson.
Rogerson with a G.
But the Mount Pleasant game was huge, you know, because Lawrence County has no bearing on our playoff picture. You know, it's just a pride game. And
big college strike.
And that did, because if we don't win, we're third. I think, if I remember correctly, we'd have fallen to third instead of being first. And, you know, it was, but like I think there was probably 2,500 people at the game. Then I heard there was like 8,000 viewers online.
It was nuts, yeah.
You know, and I said, man, that means like 10,000 people saw this game. That's crazy. I've never coached. I coached in front of a bunch at Legion Field one time, but I've never coached in front of that many, I don't think.
Ball's going to get away from the catcher. Nobody's moving.
And one of the times we went to the finals at a school I was at in Alabama, we had the largest crowd for a state championship. Up to that point, now that record's been broken since. And I just remember walking out and looking up at the crowd at Legion Field going, golly, look at all these people, you know, because there's a bunch of them.
Yeah. You know, if you're looking at it like that, what do you think your players was thinking?
Well, I think that's why we lost, you know, but we only lost by 3 that night. I mean, we got beat. I remember saying, hey, man, a field goal's not going to beat us, and it did. You know, we got beat 31-28. I was more taken away, though, that night by standing on the same sideline that the Bears stood on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Then the crowd, you know, it was like, man, Bear Bryant stood right here, you know. And I know there's a lot of Tennessee fans listening, and I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is.
Oh, I'm a Tennessee fan, but, you know, you can't knock Bear Bryant, that's for sure.
This is number 8.
It's going to be number 8 coming in for Loretto. Lane Dixon.
Lane Dixon, yep. I can always remember his last name, and I struggle with his first name.
You can be a Tennessee fan and still like Bear Bryant, right?
No. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Because Bear Bryant's one of the greatest coaches to ever coach the game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, and it's, I don't know, it's, you know, I just grew up on Coke and Golden Flake and Bear Bryant.
Ball grounded over to third, be the third out of the inning. Loretto does play 3 more, makes it 21-0.
So
going into the top of the 5th. So now I know if we can get 3 outs.
Without Mount Pleasant scoring 12 runs, yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was 15 after 4, but evidently
I think it is in softball. I think it's
15 after 3 in softball.
Yeah, I think
it's 15 after 3 in softball, and
but I don't think of baseball. They used to do a different mercy rule, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's a thing of the past or something. That's kind of like, you know, we were playing somewhere and Carter came back to bat and reported in, and the guy that was in the field for him had not batted. So after the game, I said, why did you report in? Nobody, because back in 95, 96, 97, 98, when I was coaching baseball.
You didn't have to.
You didn't have to report in till you batted. And they've changed that rule.
Yes.
So I'm sure they've changed some others.
Yeah, they have to. You have to report anytime you go on the field now.
Yeah, which I think.
To make your changes, and they do, and they do. They got some weird stuff now. They play. You can put a flex.
Yep.
So you can DH, but you can write flex beside your DH, and you never lose him. So he can, you know, he's actually a flex DH, so he can.
When we first came up here 4 years ago, and they were doing that, and I kept going, how are they getting away with that?
Yeah.
Because that dude never comes out of the game.
Never comes out of the game.
I said, I think they've mind tricked the umpires or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's part, and I don't understand exactly how it works, but, you know, because he can move around, but if you ever kill him, so as a DH, if you ever kill your DH, you can't bring him back. So you got to be careful when you're moving him around. So if you ever pull him out and let somebody hit for him one time, he's done.
Yeah.
So now you've lost that position, which is actually an extra position.
It's kind of like that DP flex rule in softball.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Because that DP flex rule in softball confuses every umpire.
Yes.
And when you start messing with it. Because it is a tricky little rule.
It is.
It's kind of like the rule in football. No, you don't see anybody do it. But you can kick a field goal from as far back as you want. And if you kick it in the end zone, so like if you kicked a 60-yard field goal, and we almost tried something crazy like that this year with Patton, but we had a good punter. But if you kick a field goal from the 50 and it rolls in the end zone, they get it on the 20. Not a lot of people know that. They'll think, Coach, what are you doing trying to kick a 70-yard field goal? But, you know, if you kick it far enough. So there's little rules in every game. It's just a little crazy.
Another hitter here from Mount Pleasant, Joseph Schmidt.
Yeah, I've given up trying to put him on the screen.
He's going to hit that ball down the right field line, going to be foul.
Oh.
But, yeah, there's little quirks and everything. I mean, it's, you know, when somebody got on to me one time, it was about a rule book. You know, I was on to him about rules as softball, and I said, I need to know the rules on a rule book. And I said, well, why does the rule book mean that much to you? And I said, well, if I ain't got a rule book in my hand, I don't know where I can cheat. You know, that's, you know, I've got to be able to bend these rules and make these guys understand the way I want them to understand it.
Yeah.
You know, and if you ain't got one, it's hard to do that. We called strike 3 down the middle by Lucas, first out here of the inning.
Or you get the rule enforced the wrong way. You know,
Yes.
or like a penalty or a rule in a baseball game. You get enforced the wrong way,
Wrong
you
way.
don't know. That's just your fault for not reading
That's
the rule book.
just your fault for not knowing the rule book. And that's what I said. I said a lot of these rules, you know, you can go back and you can read them, but it's kind of a interpretation, you know, when you look at it. So it's kind of how you say it.
Absolutely.
You know, so you walk up to umpire arguing this rule. If you can make him believe what you're saying, then
Absolutely.
you may get to bend that rule just a little bit and get it, you know, get the call on your side.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Be
All right,
another hitter
so
here.
who's supposed to be the scariest district opponent or region opponent in football next year?
You know,
Lewis, I guess.
They're
or-
all scary. You know, at times. Probably Lewis would probably, I don't know, because Mount Pleasant has always got a pretty solid team, you know, and in this particular district, it's usually one of those two. But I mean, I hate to
Rule out
say anybody, because you never know, you know, who's had move-ins, who's had guys grow up, who's had.
Yeah.
But you know, your logical, normal, every year in, year out favorites are Mount Pleasant and Lewis, just depending on who wins that game.
Did you go watch the championship with Riverside?
I watched it on TV. I watched
me
it
too.
You know,
Yeah.
and you know, I knew that if we could get to Riverside, it was going to be a good game. If we could tackle that big running back, that dude is a really good football player. You know, if we could tackle him, I knew we had a chance to beat him, because we had a chance to throw it, and they didn't have they had a decent secondary, but not great. And we had some really, really good receivers last year. And so I felt like I liked our chances against them. Even though they
I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, even though they had smoked us 2 years in a row, which really they didn't smoke us the last year. The score looked like that, but we got down 35-3 before we decided, hey, guys, let's go try to see if we can play. And we made it 35-25, I think, or 27 before they pulled back away.
It's going to be Micah
Number 4, Micah Perro.
Perro. Lucas still on the mound. Loretto has 2 outs here. 1 out away from finishing this game.
There probably should be, in hindsight, a 4-inning rule.
I think once there's a 20-run difference, it should just, no matter what inning you're in, just
well,
call it.
if it's a 15 after 4, I think that'd be a great rule. Because, you know, you got the running clock in every other sport.
Yeah.
You know, that has a clock. So, like football, if you're behind, you better.
You got to go.
Yeah, you got to hurry up and try to cut the score back down. If you don't, it's over. Because we had that. We played the first year we played Waverly and played them really good up until late.
Lucas going to get the big strike out there in the game. He's going to line up.
Solid.
So that will put Loretto versus Summertown, hopefully tomorrow night if we don't get rain, at 7 o'clock here at Gary Lamm Field. Mount Pleasant will play Lewis County at 5 o'clock here at Gary Lamm Field tomorrow night. If we don't get the rain like we was talking about earlier, I think they've got to be done by Tuesday. And if you look at the weather, it's about a 50% chance of rain in between now and
every day.
Every day in between now and Tuesday. So, you know, you may have to slide something in there because I know the region starts next week. So, got to figure out who's going to be there and what's going to go on.
And would you have thought anything in this region, district, area, whatever, comes down to a Loretto Summertown matchup?
No,
you know,
you never dream. You never dream of that. You know,
every sport is crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if you took and you just take Lawrence County, Will can probably give you the exact numbers. If you take Lawrence County, you know how many championships is won on the north and the south end of the county is. There's quite a few. And I mean, you go tennis, volleyball, basketball, you know, baseball. We've struggled a little bit with it, but we have had a few over the years.
Yep. Well, just look at state tournament appearances.
State tournament appearances. Don't worry about the game, the actual game.
I'm going to tell you, you know, I got to coach for 3 finals and you know, my oldest son actually won one, you know, at Brooks his junior year. They won 4A baseball state title. So, but all the stars and the planets have to line up.
They do.
Like certain things happen throughout that baseball playoff run. You know, we had things happen in football when I was coaching that got us to the finals, but, you know, everything has got to be just a certain way to win that championship. So, to me, you know, obviously you don't want to sound like, well, we're just glad to get over there, because you want to go win it, you know. We're just glad to get in the playoffs. That's one of the attitudes we're trying to change with our football program is don't just be happy to get in the playoffs. And, you know, but go after it. But at the same time, in reflection, in 5 or 10 years, you know, if you go over to the state tournament and you win a couple games and finish third, that stinks in that moment. But
just look what you've built.
But when you're 30, you're going to look back and go, man, I played on that field. I played for that championship.
Yeah. And I think it makes the difference in the teams, just the appearances. I mean, I can go back to Summertown softball. Greg Burleson been my daughter's junior year, first time Summertown had ever actually made a state tournament appearance. And, they went their junior year and made it to the Final 3 in the state tournament. Go back her senior year, make it to the Final 2 in the state tournament. Next year after she graduates, they go win one. So I think it takes that to build them kids, them younger kids. They got to see that table because it's huge. I mean, it's a big deal.
I agree.
But
but it's baseball, softball too. I mean, they're all kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But the ball bounce or the way you hit or the way you pitch or came out, like last year, we go to the state tournament, Carter's sophomore year, and Clint and all these other seniors. I mean, I say Carter, but I mean all these guys that are seniors, they're sophomores when we go over there, and and get third. Lost to Watertown.
Yeah.
Well, we come out gangbusters last year, thinking, hey, then we go over there to Webb School, and lose to White House Heritage right out of the first game. And then kind of got behind the 8 ball, which made us have to go to Milan. Well, you think, okay, it doesn't really matter. The field's the same and the mountain distance and all that. But we had graduation after game 1, and we couldn't get our mojo back, and you're sitting right there on the cusp of thinking you're going back again the next year, and things just don't bounce your way and you're not there. So it's hard to get to Murfreesboro, and it's harder to win when you get there because it's going over to the state tournament. It's kind of like everybody wants to go play in college. And that's all people talk about. Instead of having the best high school experience you can have, hey, I'm going to go play at the next level. Well, that's great. But when you get to the next level, everybody's all district.
Everybody's good.
Everybody's all state. Everybody's, there's nobody left there's not anybody that throws 65 in college. There's there's none of those 5'9", 190-pound defensive ends. There's no 5'5" guards. I mean, everybody can play.
Yes.
And it's kind of like that over there because only the best teams are going to make it.
That's all it's going to get to.
So,
all right.
Well, Coach Daniel, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Enjoyed having you tonight.
Enjoyed being up here. It was fun.
We'll be back tomorrow night and probably what are we doing? Will we do the Mount Pleasant Lewis County game?
Without an announcer, I think we're supposed to still do it. Yeah. Well, all right.
I mean, I'll be here. So
it's 5 and 7.
Yeah,
weather
5
permitting.
and 7 o'clock tomorrow night, weather permitting. But Mr. Coach Daniel's here helping us tonight for Mr. Will Pettis and for Tim McKinnick. This is Loretto Baseball on Exports Network.
Going the distance with local